Today we're going to be talking about self-care. Wowza! And everything that brings up. Everywhere that you've decided that you're not doing enough self-care, you're doing self-care wrong. Yikes! Do you choose to release, let go, and/or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Woo! Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and I had this experience kind of over the weekend because I took on this home repair project that I thought was going to be a 1 day project, and so far it's 4 full days. Woo! And I still have 2 days left. Wah! So everything that brought up, vaporize, liquefy, liquefy. Wow. Yeah, and I started realizing, like probably day two, that my body just really wanted to rest. Yeah. And my body didn't want to do any more work, but there's this time factor in here. And it got me thinking about all the times where we all have busy schedules, competing demands, and we're not able to give our bodies and our being self care. So everywhere you've been making yourself wrong, for not giving yourself or your body self care. Do you choose to release and let all that go? Woo! Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, and the thing is like there's a lot of judgments around self-care because we know we're supposed to give ourselves self-care, but we often don't. Wow. So everywhere you've been judging yourself around self-care and giving yourself any self-care, do you choose to release and let all that go? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Now, self care is one of those ways that we've been kind of. Oh, there are these sneaky ways that we can make ourselves wrong or judge ourselves. Whoa. Yeah. Because if you're not getting as much self care as you think you need, is it easy to judge yourself that you're doing something wrong? Whoa. Yeah, it is. But you would never want to judge yourself around self care. So everywhere you've been judging yourself around self care. Wowza, just let all that go. Let all that go. Let all that go. Let all that go. Because self care is actually something different than we've been told it was. Woo, do you feel that energy on that? Yeah. So what does everything you decided self care means? Yikes. That self care actually doesn't mean? Woo. And what does everything you decided self care doesn't mean? Woo. That self-care actually does mean. Wowza. And everything that is, do you choose to release, let go, and/or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Yes, I choose that. Whoosh, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah, so because that's the very basic. I was looking at this, that self-care is actually just considering what you and considering what your body needs. Okay, and you feel like there's really not that any judgment around that part? Yeah, self-care really is considering what you and considering what your body needs. That's as simple as that. Now, it's easy to judge ourselves harshly around that because what we've been told self-care is that you have to do all these things. You're supposed to do exactly what you want, when you want and when you need it. Wowza. Everything that brought up, do you choose to release and let all that go? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. But we have these competing demands. You have a limited amount of time, a limited amount of energy, and there are other people involved. Whoa. Yeah. And you see when we brought in other people involved, how that really starts changing things? Yeah. And so basically, what we want to do is self care is because it's considering what you and your body need. And there are other people out there too. Now, because you're such a kind and caring person, you've probably been putting other people's needs above yours. Wow. Do you feel the energy on that? Woo. Yeah. So everything that brought up, do you choose to release and let all that go? And everything that said no, freeze all, pre-scan all, pre-tag all, pre-ID all, pre-encapsulate all, and out, 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 banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. Because there's a difference here that there's a big difference between considering somebody else's needs, which you're always going to do because you're such a kind and caring person, and then always putting their needs above yours. Wow. Yeah, so everywhere, no matter what, you're always putting other people's needs above yours. Or if you're not, you're considering it a favor to have your needs too. Wowza, everything that brought up. Wow, do you choose to release, let go, and/or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Yeah. And the thing is like I said, you're always going to be considering other people's needs, but you want to get to a place where it's at least 50-50. Yeah. So everything that brought up, do you choose to remove and destroy all that? Woo! Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Now, why is that such a big deal? Um, well, because most of you, because you're so kind and caring and because you've been doing it for so long, have been putting other people's needs quite a bit above yours. Yeah. And let's tap in. So, how many of you are putting other people, let's see, how many of you have 80% that you're putting other people's needs up and a 20% of yours? Ugh. And how many people have a 70% of other people and 30% yours? How many people have a 60% for other people and 40% yours? Wow. Okay. So for most people on this call, you've been only accessing your needs 20 to 40% of the time. Wah. So everything that brought up, do you choose to release and let all that go? Woo! Yes, I choose that. Retract, rescind, revoke, recant, renounce, make null and void, make null and void, make null and void. Now, once again, it's easy to go into judgment and make yourself wrong for doing that. Wow. So everywhere you've been judging yourself harshly for putting other people's needs above yours, do you choose to remove and destroy all that? Yeah, everything that says no, freeze all, pre-scan all, pre-tag all, pre-ID all, pre-encapsulate all, and whoosh, out, 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 out. Banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. Okay. Yeah, and so once again, it's just something to look at. So if you've been putting other people's needs above yours like 80% of the time, what if you could just shift that slightly? Even if you only shifted it to 25 or 30% for you, you're going to have a lot more of your needs met. And so basically the first step in self-care is really giving yourself permission that you and your body's needs matter and to make them more equal when you're considering other people's needs and other people's desires. Wow, I guess I probably shouldn't have put the words desires in there. So everywhere that you're allowing other people's desires to have a lot more say than your desires, wowza, do you choose to remove and destroy all that? Woo, yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish, banish, vanquish. And once again, we're looking at all this stuff as making improvements and changes in your life. So so if you're, like in my first example, if you're only, if you're putting other people's needs like above yours 80% of the time, and you reduce it to 75 or 70%, that's actually a huge difference, even though you're still putting people above you. So once again, it's just like you want to be working towards where you want to go and not judging yourself harshly for not already being there. Cool. Okay, so let's get back to the other kind of definitions of self-care. So the other part is just like noticing when you or your body need something. It's just, first part is to notice that. Okay, so maybe you need some more rest, maybe you need some alone time, maybe you need some social time, maybe you need a massage. Whoa, yeah, a lot of bodies need massages. Whoa, let all that go, let all that go, let all that go. And just notice that. That's the second step in self-care. And if even just noticing it, especially if you've been denying it for a lot of times, just noticing it starts you to give yourself permission to look at things. And then the third part is giving yourself permission to do any of those things. Whoa. Yeah. So everywhere that other people have to give you permission for self-care, whoa, or you don't deserve self-care, yikes, wowza. All of that, do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. Okay, so the third one was just giving yourself permission that it's okay for you to do those things. Yeah, there's a big resistance on that, but just keep working on letting that go, that it's okay for you to do some of those things. And once again, it doesn't have to be the whole thing. It can be a little bit. Okay, and then the fourth one is actually doing those things. So you give yourself permission, you find out what it is, you acknowledge it, then you give yourself permission, and then you do it. Wow. Now, this is the part where I was noticing over the weekend. I totally would give myself permission to rest and relax, but this project had to be completed. Woo! And the same thing is you potentially might have some competing things that are preventing you from doing that. So maybe you don't have any time. You have a project that has to be done, like mine. Maybe that you have other people in your life that have demands. Maybe you don't have time or money to be able to take that massage. Um, and the part is around that is it's easy to then go into making yourself wrong for not being able to do it, but you just want to shift it to what can you do? Huh. So if you needed, for example, a massage, could you relax? Could you take a hot bath? Could you massage your shoulders or do something like that? Because it just because you would really like something doesn't mean that there's anything wrong if you can't do that kind of self-care right now. So what we want to do is just give yourself permission to do it and then do what you can. Awesome. Okay, so everything else around self-care, that would be a contribution to clear, release, or change. Do you choose to clear, release, or change that, or allow me to do that for you? Woo! Yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. So awesome. So if you have any more questions about self-care, give me a like or a comment below, and I'm happy to answer those. And so what's everything that's in your way preventing you from having a good or even a great week this week? Woo! And everything that is, do you choose to release, let go, and or allow all that to be removed from your reality now? Whew, yes, I choose that. Vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy, vaporize, liquefy. So what awareness, energy, and frequency can you and your body be to have a good or even a great week this week? Awesome. So I'm Max Riggs, energetic awareness and empowerment coach, and look forward to seeing more of the powerful and relaxed you again soon. Bye for now.